Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Haley is on assignment this evening. She's at the Hyatt Regency in Sarasota, where Republican VP nominee Mike Pence held a rally this afternoon. She'll join us live in just a few minutes. But first tonight, Tropical Depression 9 now has a name. It's become Tropical Storm Hermine. For the latest on that and its effect here on the Suncoast, let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob.
Already a huge impact on the Suncoast, Scott, though, with up to 8 inches of rain falling on Anna Maria Island, causing significant flooding problems there. And many of the roadways on the islands are underwater as a result of repeated pieces of energy kind of spinning from Hermine right into the west coast of Florida. There's another one set up now just offshore. We'll get to the storm right now. It's moving to the north-northeast at 7 miles an hour, so it has made that break to the north-northeast, indicating that that trough is starting to pick it up. Top winds, though, are up to 45 miles an hour. It is generating some high surf along the Suncoast, and it looks like we'll have those high rip currents all the way through Thursday. It's expected to make landfall, maybe as a Category 1 hurricane or a strong tropical storm. Winds up to 70 miles an hour, right into Apalachicola or possibly a little bit to the south thereof. Although the cone does not include us, we're getting all the right side weather, which is always the nastiest kind of weather, and that's what we're seeing right now. There are tropical storm warnings in effect north of us. That means the possibility of tropical storm force winds exists there, and a tropical storm watch in effect over northeast Florida. Just repeated shower and thunderstorm activity continues to develop and line up to the south and west of us, and more on the way. We'll get a wider shot here, and you can still see another pretty big line of heavy rainfall kind of moving in our general direction. It looks like it will get here too later on tonight. Still raining heavy on Anna Maria, where, as I mentioned earlier, they've already had over 7.5 inches of rainfall. Coming down pretty good now into Venice and through Nokomis. This is, as we mentioned, going to be a big rain event for us, and it's not over. It's just for the most part in the beginning or through the first half. So more showers and storms on the way. A flood watch is in effect, also a flood advisory, meaning no driving should be done across coastal communities all the way from Manatee County southward to just north of Inglewood as a result of the excessive rainfall that we've seen. And just offshore of Pinellas County, some of these areas, just in the last 24 hours, over a foot of rainfall there. And as I mentioned, into Manatee County, near Bayshore Gardens, up to 6 inches, near Anna Maria Island, north end, up to nearly 8 inches of rainfall. Down south, not as much into Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda, and Northport, but that could change through the night. So another piece of energy headed our way. Another one will move in again tomorrow. So we're not quite out of the woods yet, Scott. We could see an additional 4 to 6 inches of rainfall. On top of that, some isolated areas. We'll see now, it looks like above a foot of rain here along the Suncoast, mainly along the coastal locations. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. And as you heard, flooding, the big concern for the Suncoast as Hermine approaches the state. Manatee County in particular, been pounded today with very heavy rainfall. ABC 7's Ray Collins joins us live from 14th Street West in Bradenton with more on the story. Ray?
Scott, we're in the calm between storms right now. A couple hours ago, it was here on 14th Street West, particularly between 53rd and 57th. Conditions deteriorated quickly. It went from having some ponding in some of the right lanes to most of the road being covered over, to the point where when I was having to turn westbound off 14th Street West at 57th, I didn't know if the SUV in which I was riding was going to remain on the pavement. Water was very high in the intersection. We traveled over later to El Conquistador Parkway near 34th, and the road was shut off. The water got so deep there. Some cars got stuck. The fire engines came in to help them. Other motorists tried to do U-turns across the medians on El Con Parkway, and they got stuck in the mud and required a tow truck to get them off of there. This is a live picture right now at 14th Street West and Bayshore Gardens. Right now, just a steady rain in this area. Traffic is not as bad as it was an hour ago. It was bumper to bumper while heading northbound. Again, the worst part earlier, 14th Street between 57th and 53rd. Right now, a consistent rain. We'll keep you posted throughout the evening here in Manatee County. For now, I'm Ray Collins. Back to you in the studio, Scott.
All right, Ray, thank you so much. Flooding also an issue for residents on Anna Maria Island. Local officials put advisories out on roads that are underwater. The Holmes Beach Police Department advising if you're not sure how deep that water is, turn around. Don't try to drive through it. And they say to avoid the 5100 block of Gulf Drive because raw sewage was coming up from the sewer lines there during the flooding. The actual pothole covers came right off. All Manatee County schools will be closed tomorrow because of the tropical storm. They plan to be open, though, on Friday. Right now, schools in both Sarasota and Charlotte counties will be open tomorrow. Governor Rick Scott declaring a state of emergency today for 42 counties in North and Central Florida. 8,000 members of the Florida National Guard are ready to be deployed wherever necessary. The governor urging Florida residents, especially in the Big Bend area, to be prepared.
This state knows how to get prepared. Fortunately, we haven't had a hurricane in a long time, so every individual has to get prepared. Do not drive into standing water. Do not go around a down power line. We're going to see down power lines. Follow the weather.
Scott making the emergency declaration today as he was briefed at the Emergency Operations Center in Jacksonville. Local emergency management officials are keeping a close eye on the storm as well. For more on that, ABC 7's Kate Flexter joins us live from the Sarasota County Emergency Operations Center with more. Kate?
Scott, we're live here at the Emergency Operations Center, and we're joined by Chief Ed McCrane. And this is something that you guys have been tracking for quite some time. I mean, we were talking about it just a few days ago. So what have you guys been doing to prepare?
Well, at this stage, from the beginning, we start watching it. We begin sharing information with our community partners, the response agencies, all of our people that help us in an operation like this, so to maintain that situational awareness. So everybody's playing off the same sheet of music, you know. So we've been doing that. We've been doing conference calls with the State Emergency Operations Center, the National Weather Service. All of our departments have been going through their department disaster preparedness plans, making sure that we're prepared to handle the wind and the rain and the effects that could come with a storm like this.
Of course, and you talk about that situational awareness. For people that are at home watching this right now, what should they be aware of and how should they prepare?
Well, they should be monitoring it like we are, listening to the local media, meteorologists, the local channels, and preparing their supplies, making sure that there's a possibility that we could go without power if something hits. If their home is in a flood-prone area, they should take measures to protect it. We are offering sandbags at 3 different locations. They can find out that on our Facebook page or by calling 861-5000. And just basically staying aware. School is open, so kids need to be prepared for rainy weather. We're fortunate that we're not going to have the serious wind effects that some of the northern counties will. It will be rainy. It will be typical Florida summer weather. And if we see a difference in that, we'll be working with the school district, and things may change. But for now, school, county government offices are open.
All right, Sarasota County's Ed McCrane, thank you so much, Ed. We'll continue to keep you updated here as it develops. Reporting live in Sarasota, Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Kate, thank you. And as flooding happening here in Sarasota County, there are some specific roads that we commonly see flood when there's a heavy rainfall. That includes Bee Ridge and US 41, where the Florida Department of Transportation is trying to replace the stormwater management system. But Sarasota County says even if the system we have is perfectly maintained, it can't always keep up with the torrential downpour. Stormwater Utility Manager Molly Williams says the county checks flooding hotspots on a regular basis.
We go through and we make sure that all of our canals are cleared, roadside swales are as clear as we can get them, specific areas that we know get clogged because there's a lot of sand in the area. We go out and make sure that those are clear and ready to go.
In South Sarasota County, some roads in Northport were closed briefly, and in Venice, the South Jetties are closed today. Florida Power and Light says it's prepared for Hermine. The company saying it is continuing to position personnel in places where they can be most ready to restore power to affected customers. The company has 5,000 employees dedicated specifically to power restoration. Still to come, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will have much more on Tropical Storm Hermine and its impacts here at home. And straight ahead, another campaign stop in Florida, what VP nominee Mike Pence told supporters in Sarasota today.
What does it mean when New South Window says factory direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. Replacing your windows will not just beautify your home, but save you big bucks on your energy bills. I've done the research. I've seen the factory. New South Window is my hands-down choice.
New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
Are you one of the millions of Americans suffering from chronic knee pain? Have you been told knee replacement surgery is your only option? Then call now to see if you qualify for a breakthrough, all-natural treatment for knee pain relief. By using an FDA-approved product that replenishes the lubricant in your joints, a cushioning layer is created, allowing you to move smoothly and pain-free. This treatment is covered by most insurance, including Medicare. Call now and get your mobility back.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Batteries Plus bulbs keep stacks of batteries for cars, cell phones, watches, plus light bulbs for lamps, can lights, and appliances right on hand. Did I mention we also repair smartphones? Batteries Plus bulbs. Trust the plus. Visit Batteries Plus bulbs today.
Hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? ABC7 has the information you need. Access our special Surviving a Hurricane now. Learn how to prepare a readiness plan and survival kit. Know your evacuation route. Be prepared, Suncoast, when severe weather threatens. Access our special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
Campaign 2016 again rolls through the Suncoast. Republican vice presidential candidate Mike Pence rallying at the Hyatt Regency in Sarasota this afternoon. ABC7's Haley Wilgus was there, and we'll have a report from her a little later in the newscast. All right, we'll be right back with the full forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Will let us know what we can expect tonight and again tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Temperatures on the Suncoast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They care. They take the time
to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
As we mentioned, Republican Vice Presidential candidate Mike Pence was rallying at the Hyatt Regency in Sarasota this afternoon. ABC 7's Haley Wilgus was there, and she joins us now live with more. Haley?
Scott, there would probably have been a lot more activity at this hour at the Hyatt, but Tropical Storm Hermine throwing a wrench in the campaign events today. The Trump-Pence campaign deciding to push up the event by 2 hours, hoping to beat the storm. But incidentally, Mike Pence was still delayed by weather this afternoon by about an hour. Once he did make it here, though, he told the crowd that he was very thankful that they braved the elements to be at this event. And then getting to the issues, Pence talked about strengthening the economy, the future of the Supreme Court, the importance of national security, and what he says is our integrity as a nation. He, of course, also talked about illegal immigration and pointed out the plan is still to build a wall. He said Donald Trump will discuss more specific plans during his speech tonight in Arizona, where Pence will introduce him. He will be speaking on illegal immigration. Now, everything did go off without a hitch this afternoon. Just one little snag. A protester was taken out of the rally as Pence touched on some of those more hot button issues. The protester broke out, said a few things, and was simply taken out of the crowd. Pence did not address it during his speech. But what he did talk about is what he says is really important in this election.
I sum it all up in 4 different ways. It's really about security. It's about prosperity. It's about the Supreme Court of the United States. And it's about the standards of integrity in public life.
I'm just a grassroots activist that goes canvassing, walking, and calling and mailing out and handing out information to as many people as possible.
Now, that grassroots ground campaign, that will be crucial to Trump being able to win Florida. Pence ended his speech today telling people, the supporters, to just simply go out and talk to friends about the Trump campaign. And now getting back to Tropical Storm Hermine, it is also affecting the Clinton campaign. Tim Kaine, the vice presidential candidate, he was expected to speak in Pensacola, Panama City, and Jacksonville on Thursday and Friday. Those events have been canceled because of the storm, where areas are supposed to get hit harder than we are here. Live in Sarasota, Haley Wilgus, ABC 7, your Suncoast News. Scott and Bob, back to you.
All right, Haley, thank you so much. Yeah, it's been an incredibly wet day on the Suncoast, record amounts of rainfall.
Yeah, I said it when I drove through it and I came in the newsroom. I said, this is the most rain I've seen in Manatee County since I've lived here in 30 years. And obviously, I'm here a lot when weather breaks out, but I was driving through it, and sure enough, it has been 5.76 inches at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. That's a new daily record, surpassing the old mark set way back when, 1.82. So it really been. And then someone who's been living here for 20 years, near State College of Florida, 57th Street and 24th. Yeah. Says they had 10 inches of rain, 10 inches of rain by Bayshore High School, and that's the most he's ever seen in 20 years that he's lived here. So that's quite a statement when you think about it. And Ed Goff, who is a friend of mine who has this camera out at Anna Maria Island, also reporting. He has a weather station there. I just checked it. It's up past 7.5 now. 7.5 inches of rainfall at Anna Maria, and more on the way. So you got the picture. The rainfall continues to set up to our south, and to the west of us, it's kind of pinwheeling in our direction. So it's not over yet. We've had our first big round today. I'd say we're through half of it. Hopefully we won't see a lot more, but I think we will. At least 4 to 6 inches possible through tomorrow and this evening and tomorrow. And you can see that that's a very large area of heavy rainfall. And guess what? It's headed right toward Anna Maria, Longboat Key, Bradenton, Palmetto, and places down the road. So the latest radar picture will show this, again, pushing in throughout the evening. Next couple of hours, expect a little bit of heavier rain. You get a little break now with light rain throughout these places like Palmetto, Bradenton, Bayshore Gardens. But look for all this to kind of work its way in through the evening hours, and some heavy rain near Nokomis and Venice. with a few lightning strikes, too. It's not a lot of lightning concentrated in one area, but you're seeing occasional lightning strikes with these cells as they continue to develop in this line. And this is the training we talk about. If these train over your area, you're going to see up to maybe 20 inches of rainfall in some areas. Not saying right now that's going to happen. Most of it's offshore right now, and we hope it stays that way, but it is working slowly off to the east. This is a rainfall last 24 hours, already over a foot just to the west of Pinellas County. Southern Pinellas County, 10 inches of rainfall. We mentioned that near Bayshore Gardens and State College of Florida. That too running around 10 inches, and the same goes true for the north end of Anna Maria. This, again, estimates, and this is needs to be adjusted. That's up past 7.5 inches now. And then offshore Venice, quite a bit of rainfall there, over 3.5 inches now in Venice. So the flooding is not over yet. Today it was mainly for some of the roadways with the water rushing over the roadways, but with the ground saturated like it is, and if we get more of this rainfall like we saw earlier today, you're going to start to see a little bit more problem, especially with the Manatee River and the Manatee River to Myakka Head. On top of that, we could see some problems with a little bit more flooding near the coast, too. As far as that satellite imagery goes, you can see that energy continuing to work in our direction. It's now up to 45-mile-an-hour winds. It's moving off to the north-northeast. It's starting to pick up some forward speed. That's a good sign, making landfall as a possibility of a Category 1 hurricane with winds up to 75 to 80 miles an hour. But right now it looks like it'll be at 70. And that means right into the Big Bend area. Tallahassee could get some tropical storm force winds up to 50, 60 miles an hour. This will cause power outages, down trees as well over northeast Florida as they're under a tropical storm watch at this point. We are not in that watch or warning for tropical storm force winds as that real cone stays further to the north, and that radius of wind, at least the tropical storm force wind, stays well to our north. Now, rainfall predicted for the next 24 hours. This is for actually through Friday, still showing in excess of 4 inches in some places here along the immediate coast. So on top of the 10 we've already had, add 4 to it. If it falls in the right places, we could have up to 14 inches of rainfall for the whole storm total event. Now, the wave heights also increasing, and I was out at Coquina. A lot of surfers out there taking advantage of the high surf, but again, you must be cautioned that the rip currents will be prevalent through tomorrow and possibly even through Friday. Seas already starting to build up there to 7 feet. Currently, it's 78. The rain at the airport and dew point at 74. The high today was below average because of the clouds and rain. It only got up to 80. Here's that record amount of rainfall for the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, 5.76 inches today. And today isn't even over. It could end up possibly over to 6.5 inches before it's all said and done. Jacksonville 77, 74 now in Orlando, 85 in Miami, and temperatures all across the area, upper 70s, low 80s, and even some mid 70s. So we'll continue to see the system make its way off to the northeast and continue to see a lot of moisture and energy on the right side of it, known as the dirty side. So we'll see that activity at least through tomorrow, and possibly as I show this system making landfall up near the Panhandle, you'll see these little convergent lines setting up here, and once it's even up in Tallahassee, they still bring us a chance for showers through Friday. Some of that moisture working its way onshore, although I think we'll see a little less action beginning Friday, and then by the weekend things should start to calm down, getting back to at least afternoon and evening variety of storms. Not typical, like some people have said today was. Today was atypical, to say the least. And tomorrow could be the same, too. So I'd be monitoring the situation very closely if I were you as far as a business owner goes. South winds 20 to 30, actually knots. That shouldn't be feet. Seas running 9 to 11 feet. Rough conditions out there. Water temperature now at 83 degrees. And as far as the forecast goes, tides upcoming, which will be important. High tide at 134 and another one tomorrow at 103. Could see a little bit of coastal flooding. Mostly cloudy, occasional showers and thunderstorms tonight. Breezy tomorrow, 15 to 20-mile-an-hour winds, gusts as high as 30, and a high near 87 degrees. And the extended forecast does call for a return to the afternoon and evening storms, Scott, by Saturday and Sunday. And they'll still be around. Labor Day looking pretty good. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you so much. We'll be right back with more.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease a new 2016 Lexus ES350 for only $329, or enjoy 0.9% APR, just $329, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Come uncork your inner artist at Painting with a Twist. Bring your favorite bottle of wine and appetizers and enjoy an evening out with friends to celebrate any special occasion. It's perfect for a girls' night out, birthday parties, or a fun date night. Painting with a Twist offers 2 or 3 hour classes that are instructed by local artists, and there is no experience required. We now have 2 convenient locations in Sarasota and Bradenton. Visit our website to view our calendar and schedule your next party today.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease the bold new 2016 Lexus RX 350 for only $419, or enjoy 1.9% APR, just $419, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Well, we got a ways to go with this, don't we, Bob?
Yeah, it's not definite that we're going to see the same thing we saw today. This could have been the worst, but I am keeping my fingers crossed that it was. But there's still a big line of storms offshore, and it's going to move on in over the next hour, so keep that in mind.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. Our next news at 7 o'clock.
I'm Alan Cohn, breaking down the primary results. The votes are tallied. Now our roundtable will discuss what it means for the November general election.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
US Med has great news for anyone living with diabetes.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, US Med will ship a new glucose meter right to your home.
And shipping is free.
My new meter uses only a speck of blood, so it's less painful than my previous meter.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, you're covered with US Med. We're welcoming new patients, even if your current provider can't supply you anymore.
I don't even have to test on my fingers anymore. I can test on my hand or forearms, and it's more accurate than my old meter.
So call US Med today, and you'll have a choice of 2 great meters.
One that actually speaks your results, or a meter so small it fits in the bottle of strips.
Act now, and US Med will include a free prescription discount card. We'll also send you a free diabetes cookbook. This is your opportunity.
So call US Med today.
You'll be glad you did.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Welcome back. Two of my favorite guests, Cash 3 and Play 4.
Surprise! We're Pick 3 and Pick 4 now.
Whoa!
But we still play exactly the same. We just got a fresh new look.
Speaking of surprises, I have one for you. Say hello to Pick 2 and Pick 5!
Introducing the complete Pick family of games.
We're family now.
The new Pick 2 and Pick 5 have joined Pick 3 and Pick 4 to give you more choices in your daily gameplay. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.